All right, picking up with number 9. Notice that y is already by itself here. Y equals x plus 9. So we can replace y in the second equation with x plus 9. So you get 8x minus 7. And then instead of writing a y, we're going to put the x plus 9. Now, to get rid of these parentheses, we can distribute. Now, make sure you bring the negative with the 7, or the minus with the 7. So we have 8x, negative 7, or minus 7 times x, minus 7x. Minus 7 times 9 is minus 63. We can combine those like terms. 8x minus 7x is x. And then we'll get our variables together on one side. We'll add 63 to both sides. So we get x equal to 50. Now to find y, we'll plug this back in. So going back to that equation, we had y equal to, and then instead of x, we're putting 50. And then we have plus 9. 50 plus 9 is 59. Put it together as an ordered pair, x, then y. So these are intersecting lines. They intersect at the point 50, 59. Not something you would want to graph, at least by hand. Number 10, also have y by itself, so we can replace y with negative 5x. Minus a negative, same as plus positive, so we have 5x plus 5x, which is 10x. Then you can divide both sides by 10. And so x is 3. Then we'll take this and plug it back into that top equation. Y equals negative 5 times x, which is 3. Multiply, you get negative 15. On this one, you don't have either x or y by itself, so let's get the x by itself. To get rid of minus y, we'll add y to each side. Now 2 and y are not like terms, you can't combine them, so we'll just write it out. So x equals 2 plus y. Now that we have x by itself, we can replace x in that other equation. Remember, I was working with the top one to begin with, so now I'm substituting into the bottom one. So instead of writing the x, we're going to write 2 plus y. To get rid of the parentheses, we'll distribute. So 4 times 2 gives us 8. 4 times y gives us 4y. Four y minus 4y is 0. So we end up with 8 equal to 12. That is never true. That's false. So that matches up with no solution. So if we graph these, we would end up seeing parallel lines. All right, on 12, y is already by itself, so we're ready to substitute in. We're going to replace y with 2x plus 5. To get rid of our parentheses, we'll distribute this. Make sure you keep the minus with the 2 as you do that. So you can think of that as negative 2 times 2x, negative 4x. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Combine those like terms, we get negative 1x, or just negative x. Minus 10 equals 15. To get rid of the minus 10, we'll add 10 to each side. And so we have negative x equals 25. And then to get rid of multiplying by a negative 1, divide by a negative 1. And so we have x equal to negative 25. Now we'll take this value, we'll substitute it back into that top equation. So we have y equals 2, and then instead of x, we'll put negative 25, and then plus 5. Multiply, you get negative 50. Negative 50 plus 5 gives us negative 45 for the y value. Put it together as an ordered pair, x, then y. Very straightforward. We're solving for x. So we want to get the x by itself. To get rid of minus 3, add 3. So we have 2x equal to 10. To get rid of multiplying by 2, divide by 2. And so x is 5. We got x by itself, so we solve for it. On this one, we're solving for a. So we want to get the a by itself. To get rid of plus b, subtract b from each side. To get rid of that plus c, we can subtract c from each side. And so we end up with a by itself equal to d minus b minus c. So we have a by itself, so that's our final answer. And now on this one, to solve for d, to get d by itself, to get rid of multiplying by pi, divide both sides by pi. And so circumference divided by divided by pi is equal to the diameter. Hope you've enjoyed this video.